The Lord Justice of Ireland was an ancient senior position in the governance of Ireland, held by a number of important personages, such as the Earl of Kildare. In the later centuries of British rule, the Lords Justices were three office holders in the Kingdom of Ireland who, in the absence of the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland, fulfilled the social and political duties of the Viceroy as head of the Irish executive. The office holders were usually Church of Ireland primate, the Archbishop of Armagh.Lord, Chancellor of Ireland, Speaker of the Irish House of Commons. Among their duties was to welcome the incoming Lord Lieutenant when he arrived in state in the port of Dublin, having travelled from Great Britain to take up his post. The decision in 1765 of the government of Great Britain to require the Viceroy to be a full-time resident in Ireland, rather than just pay visits during sessions of Parliament, removed the need for the Lords Justices, while the abolition of the Parliament of Ireland in 1800 meant that there was no longer a Speaker of the House of Commons to serve as a Lord Justice. Easter Rising, 1916. After the Easter Rising of 1916, the British government withdrew the Lord Lieutenant of Ireland, Lord Wimborne, and the Chief Secretary for Ireland, Augustine Birrell, back to Britain. Both men had been responsible for the civil government of Ireland, and under these unusual circumstances the British government appointed Lord Justices on the 11th of July to carry out the functions. However, as martial law was then in place, General Sir John Maxwell was actually the individual largely responsible for governing Ireland. The Lord Justices were Lord Castletown, Sir David Harrell, Richard Cherry, James Owen Wiley and Jonathan Pym. The Lord Justices were not in place for long as a new Chief Secretary, Henry Duke, was appointed on the 31st of July, and Lord Wimborne was reappointed as Lord Lieutenant in the following days. Lord Justices: 12th century Hugh de Lacy, Lord of Meath, Hammond of Alloy. 13th century Gerald Fitzwilliam Fitzgerald, Lord Offaly. Sir Edmund Butler, Maurice Fitzgerald Fitzgerald, Lord Offaly. Stephen de Longspy, David Obery, 1st Viscount of Buttevant, appointed 1267. Sir James Audley, Maurice Fitzmaurice Fitzgerald, William de Vesey, Thomas Fitzmaurice Fitzgerald, Lord Offaly. John Logan, 14th century Sir Maurice Rochfort, 1302. Roger de Mortimer, 1st Earl of March, Justiciar of Ireland. Thomas Fitzgerald, 2nd Earl of Kildare. Sir John Darcy, Maurice Fitzgerald, 1st Earl of Desmond. James Butler, 2nd Earl of Ormond. Maurice Fitzgerald, 4th Earl of Kildare. Gerald Fitzgerald, 4th Earl of Desmond. 15th century Thomas Fitzgerald, 7th Earl of Kildare. 16th century William Brabazon, Sir Francis Bryan, Knight Marshal. Sir Thomas Cusack, Lord Chancellor of Ireland. Gerald Aylmer, Hugh Cowan, Archbishop of Dublin. Sir William Drury, Sir Robert Gardner, Sir Henry Wallop, Adam Loftus, Archbishop of Dublin. 17th century Thomas Jones, Archbishop of Dublin. Sir William Parsons, 1st Baronet. Thomas Dillon, 4th Viscount Dillon. Sir John Boleys, Sir Henry Tichborne, Sir Maurice Eustace, Charles Coote, 1st Earl of Mountrath. Roger Boyle, 1st Earl of Orrery. Arthur Forbes, 1st Earl of Granard. Michael Boyle, Archbishop of Armagh. Sir Richard Nagle, Thomas Coningsby, 1st Earl Coningsby, in office 1690 to 1692. Henry de Massieu, Earl of Galway, in office 1697 to 1701. 18th century Constantine Phipps, Richard Ingoldsby, Robert Fitzgerald, 19th Earl of Kildare. Colonel Sir Charles Fielding, Field Marshal Richard Molesworth, 3rd Viscount Molesworth.